good. So, who are you?
Jamo Hannibal Obataye.
Omo.
Obataye.
Omitaye.
Obataye.
Obataye. Where that's from?
Africa, West Africa, Nigeria.
Nigeria?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, we hear about your book, actually. We want to get a little information about that, and you can tell us a little stuff about it. So, how did you come up with the idea?
The title is, when I was incarcerated, I was about 23, I was talking to an old timer. And he told me, he said, young blood, you can't buck the system. I said, what you mean buck the system? He said, you can't buck the system. I said, I don't know what you mean by that. What is buck the system? He said, you can't beat the system. I said, why not? He said, you just can't beat the system. So I'm looking at him like, why not? He's just telling me I can't beat the system. But you're not telling me why I can't beat the system. I mean, you know, I'm looking at the system was created and designed by man. You know what I'm saying? So if it was created and designed by man, that means it can be broken. Because man can be broken. Man make rules, man break rules, and it can be broken. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm looking at it. So he's telling me I can't beat the system. And I'm the type of person that when you tell me I can't do something, I ain't gonna argue with you. I'm gonna show you what I can do. You know what I'm saying? So when he did tell me you can't beat the system, in my mind I always had that idea like, okay, we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna put this together, and we're gonna see about that.
Done deal. So that was that's how you came up with the name of the book, or is that how you came up with the idea to write about it?
That's how I came up with the name of the book, because that name, I Beat the System. It's like a black man on the cover of a book with 4 different pictures talking about he beat the system. You know America don't play that. You know what I'm saying? You got police brutality, every borough, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You got one black dude talking about, wrote a book talking about he beat the system. That's a joke.
True.
You know how America look at it. It's a joke. Yeah, okay, whatever. He's just trying to make money. You know, I did.
So my question I would say to you then, did you beat the system?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Every year I go to the doctor. We can break it down right now. Every year I go to the doctor. Thorough checkup. Everything is fine. My mental, everything is fine. I used to be a statistic with a number. I'm no longer a statistic with a number. I'm definitely not a statistic. If I was, I wouldn't be sitting here now.
True. That's facts. All right. I like that. So, and that's what inspired the writing of the book.
Nah. Inspired writing the book is reading a lot of books, reading a lot of autobiographies. The first book I read was Dick Gregory, his autobiography. Second book, Malcolm X, autobiography. Third book was Man, China, Promised Land by Claude Brown. And I read more after that. But just those 3 books, especially Man, China, Promised Land, after I got to reading that book, I said, I think I can do that. It's not hard, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I got an interest in life. And I got it, you know, behind every life there's a story. So no one never really heard my story. People know of it, but they don't know the full story.
Nice. So again, for people that may see this is not just a topic you picked to write about. This is actually an autobiography. It's about your life.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
Okay. So what's your main purpose? I mean, when you want somebody to pick up that book and read it, what would you want them to get out of it?
Hopefully they get the same thing I got out of it when I read Man, China, Promised Land. It's like when I read the book, I read about his ups and downs of what he went through, how he handled this and how he handled that, and that book just makes you want to just change your life. It's like no matter what you're doing, how you're doing it, if you can read and comprehend, and you know the streets, and you know what you get into, and you know it's hard to get out of situations, and you start reading, and you be like, there's a lot of reading just change your whole thought pattern. You know what I'm saying? To a positive perspective. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what you're reading, you know? And if I can make it, others can make it. You know what I'm saying? Because Claude Brown made it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Malcolm X made it. Dick Gregory made it. I can make it, you can make it. That's the whole purpose of it. For someone else to come along and be like, you know what, I can do that. I can do a better job than him. That's what I want. I want someone younger than me that come along, read my book or whatever, read a couple more books, and say, you know what, I can do better than all of them put together. together. So that means all of us put together inspire him to change his life, write a book, and try to inspire and help others as well.
So as far as it goes, again, I just went briefly through the book, but it was a lot of changes went on in your life. What do you think was the knife that made you go, somebody needs to hear about this, somebody needs to write? What happened in your life to make you, that was really a push?
I mean, when you constantly like hear about the streets, you hear about the baddest dudes, the wars they was in, what happened and whatnot, the end results, they could sit in jail forever, dead, or they turn informants. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it like, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't wanna be in the ground just yet. And I'm not interested in sitting in jail forever. There's no real women there. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? And why not?
So it was in the streets that got you, want to tell this story, or was it behind the bars that got you to say, you know what, somebody needs to hear this?
Yeah, behind the bars. After doing a lot of reading, first of all, after learning how to read.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then after you learn how to read, you read a lot of history, you read a lot of biographies, you read a lot of different things and whatnot, and the reading, the studies, the self-studies and whatnot, the self-help program that I created for myself, helped rehabilitate me.
Nice.
That's how I rehabilitated myself.
Okay.
Because I can't go back and forth to jail, I ain't built for jail. I've been there, done that, I ain't working with that.
Okay, well, again, I'm speaking on it because that's what we're here for. A lot of people would say jail made a man, not the streets made a man. You think jail is what made you put a foot down, or do you think coming out of the jail to see reality made you put a foot down?
In jail. Because what happened was I was 17 when I got locked up, 18 when I went upstate. So my mentors was the old timers. I hung around them. I learned from them. They never referred to me by name. Everything was young blood this, young blood that. This gave me a lot of wisdom about how to go about this and how to go about that. Don't get caught up in this. You see what happened with this. You see what happened with that, right? You want that to be you. And it just made you think about it like, and they made me mention like, don't come back. Whatever you do, however you do it, don't come back to jail. You know what this is about, you're here. Don't go out there telling stories, you was doing this, you was doing that. And that would encourage young brothers to come to jail. They think that makes them a man. They think that's gangster. They think when they go to jail and come home, they're gangster. No, it's not. It's not by a long shot. No. It means that you're a convicted felon. It means that your jobs is limited. It means that housing for yourself is limited. I mean, you just really limited on a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? At the time, you don't know that. But when you get caught up in the situation, and then when you learn and read and study, and people start pulling your coat with different things, and then you be like, I didn't know this, I didn't know that, I didn't know this. It's pretty much too late. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully if you get together now, you won't have to learn the hard way like I learned. Some learn the hard way, some never learn at all.
So we're gonna assume these, what are we at, 9, 10 chapters?
10 chapters.
Assume these 10 chapters should be enough to inspire the youth to say no?
Well, it depends on the youth mentality. Because a lot of stuff that took place in there is not really good. So people might just dwell on the bad, like, yeah, and get all riled up and think they can do that too. Or some might look at it like, damn, I don't want to go through that. Her? You know what I'm saying? So it might inspire some, but not all. I can't save the world. But if I can save one, I've done something good.
Nice. Well, I saw your actual cover. In case anybody else want to see the cover, your site is, or where can people reach that?
The best place to see the cover, actually the book for that, is Amazon.com, and the bookstore, Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, Barnes and Noble.
And the site also, though. Let them know what the site is also.
The site is TheYorubasociety.com. The YorubaSociety.com.
Yoruba.
Yeah.
Yoruba. Okay, Yoruba. I'm gonna have to type that in there for them just in case.
Okay.
But again, I'm just gonna ask because I know it's there. We call you Hannibal.
Right.
Where's Hannibal from?
Okay, Hannibal's from the general. He was a general of the Carthaginian army in the BC era. He was born in BC and he died in BC. And he was African, dark, just like me. And he crossed the Alps, invaded Italy, and he conquered Italy. He ruled Italy for 15 years. He killed over 50,000 Romans. I mean, he ruled. And he was a father of military strategy. And I learned about him, and I studied about him. Everything that I studied about him, I learned, I studied about him. And what the Europeans did, what I studied about him is, they know Hannibal was African. And by the youth today don't know the history, they put a white face on Hannibal. And they got people, the youth today thinking that Hannibal was white, and he was into cannibalism, and he was eating people, and so on and so forth. And anytime you have a great hero, a black hero, they always want to whitewash it, put a white face on it, and water it down, and then give it to the generation that come behind. They figure you don't know no better, you ain't gonna find out. But I took on Hannibal because he was African, and he was being misrepresented by the Europeans, and someone got to tell the story about him. I mean, scholars have spoke about him, you know what I'm saying? But we have to continue to speak about him. So when I was released, what I did was I denounced my forefather's slave master name and inherited my African name. A Jamo is Yoruba, which means he fights what he believes in. Hannibal is the conqueror. I incorporate him as my middle name, Hannibal. Obataye means the king of the world. So on so forth, professional places they address you. Johnson, Smith, Williams, Overtake, may I speak to you for a minute? So when he says, Overtake, may I speak to you for a minute? All he's saying is, the king of the world, may I speak to you for a minute? But see, he don't know that. The joke's on him. You know what I'm saying? So he don't know, by law, he got to call me that because that's my legal name. You know what I'm saying? So I only recognize my African name. So it's a Jamo, Hannibal, Obataye.
Nice. Checkmate, as you would say.
Oh yes.
What again? When is the book to be released?
I'm looking at August.
August. Okay. And do you are you stopping here, or are we doing volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, volume 4? What are we gonna do?
Okay, this book right now I'm working on is volume 1, and that's 10 chapters. I cover from age 5 to pretty much 25. Okay. Just in 10 chapters. Right now, I got 2 chapters left. I'm working on chapter 8. The title of chapter 8 is The Group Home versus the Foster Home. I'm like 34 pages within that chapter, and I didn't touch the topic yet. Because those are things that happened before I got to the group home, before I got to the foster home. The 9th chapter, Rikers Island, 10th chapter, 12 years upstate. Something I just cut it right there. We're gonna save the rest of the information for volume 2.
So again, the steps I'm gonna say as far as the chapters in your life are the things that happen in accordance to your life. So do you think if any one of them things didn't happen, you'd still be in the same spot today?
I had to go through, there's a process. Everything I went through in life, I had to go through that in order to be who I am today. Because if I didn't, then maybe I would have been a nerd, then I would have nothing to write about, and I would have had a boring book. You know what I'm saying? So I went through everything for a reason. At the time, I didn't understand the thing that I went to. I got kicked out of every school for my aggressive behavior. I got kicked out of every group home for my aggressive behavior. I even got kicked out of every prison for my aggressive behavior. You know what I'm saying? So I can use that to show, you behind me, like, listen, I did this, that, and the third. This didn't work. You see what I'm saying? If it didn't work for me, it's not gonna work for you. Now, if you can't listen to me, then you gotta learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes the hard way is even harder than what you think. Graveyard, sitting in jail forever. You gotta listen to somebody. Somehow. for you. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it was a deep and difficult journey. And if people listen, you know, you listen, they ain't gotta make the same journey I made. Because it wasn't easy. When you just 17, had no family, had no money, had no paid lawyer. You see what I'm saying? Got railroaded in court. I copped out to some crazy time no one never heard of. Here you go. 6, 2 1/3 to 20. Let me explain that. I know it sounds like, huh? What? No such thing. Yeah, it is. 6 years before I see the first parole board. That's 6 years and 2 1/3 is 8 months. That's 6 years and 8 months before I see the first parole board. I seen the first parole board. I hit the 2 years. You know what I'm saying? You know, violence and fighting, you know, stuff goes on. You know what I mean? You just gotta stand firm. You can't stop. You can't stand firm in the street and then come to jail and stand firm. No. Continue to stand firm. Matter of fact, you gotta stand even firmer in there so when you come out, you still be firm. The second time I went to the board, I hit another 2 years. Same violent behavior. Third time I went to the board, hit again another 2 years. Same violent behavior until I CR. That's how I went up to 13 years. Because I CR, that's CR's conditional release. I signed out, got out on, you know, good release conduct. You know what I'm saying? Because after a while, you know, I came to jail 17. First parole board, I would have made it, I would have been 23, I could have been home. That's how I'm looking at it. And then I got hit again, and I was 25 when I went to the board. I got hit again, I was like 28 when I went to the parole board. So I wound up being 30 coming out of prison. And nah, man.
No good. That's it.
Nah. I wouldn't recommend that for no one. You know,
make sure and let them know. Make sure y'all gotta pick up that book and read about this. And follow and make sure y'all figure out what's going on and see what's going on.
Hopefully you get it together. You gotta get it together. People ain't playing with you. They ain't playing with you. They ain't playing with you. You're a young black male. They have to get you.